Alright, so today we're going to be doing a very, very interesting video. I know. We're going to be doing a video on why you meditate. And why everyone keeps telling you to meditate, even though it sucks. Meditation sucks. I'm going to tell you this. You don't do meditate. It's like brushing your teeth as an occultist. Like, you don't meditate because you want to. You meditate because bad things happen if you don't. So let's get into that. So what are the benefits of meditation? Well, meditation helps you focus more. And meditation helping you focus more allows your thoughts to be more precise. And if your thoughts are more precise, when you're just doing typical magical things, your statements of intent are more clear. You have a more intense understanding of what you want your goals to be, that kind of thing. In the mundane sense, if you're not focused and you're zooming all over the place, you can't get anything done. How are you supposed to finish making something if you never finish it and you start 3 more things in addition without finishing one of them? You can't. You can't. By definition, you need to finish things in order for them to be done. And the only way you're going to be able to finish things is if you actually focus on them. A long time ago, I used to take a lot of hiatuses and breaks from this channel because I didn't really have any way to focus on this channel. I didn't really have any purpose on focusing on this channel. And I didn't really know what to say. And that could be another thing. Meditation can give you ideas. Meditation is one of 2 methods that are pretty effective at getting you ideas. Meditation is the one that is the most readily accessible after you've been doing it for a while. You can just meditate on what you should be doing for X, Y, or Z, what kind of topic you should be thinking about, and what kind of things you should just be working on. If you're an artist and you're struggling, maybe take a break, quick meditation break, then you meditate, come back, and you have an idea. It's kind of like if you've ever played video games and you leave the video game for a while, and you come back to it a bit, you stop playing it for a couple weeks, and then you come back to it when you were a kid. This happened more frequently because, that's just what happened. You had limited games, and now we have an excessive quantity of games. But back in the day when I used to play video games as a wee lad, I went ahead and there was a couple games that I stopped because I couldn't beat them. And I came back to them like a month or 2 later, and the part that I was having problems with, I had no problems with whatsoever. Now, this could be due to a variety of factors, but it's the same concept. When you stop doing something and you just take a quick break, you allow your brain to come up with solutions, and you allow yourself to get the answers. Now, meditation also has a spiritual component to it, which is the more pertinent thing for us occultists. And that important spiritual aspect is it allows you to hear spirits more easily. It also allows you to give spirits more difficult jobs. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, hypothetically, you get to a point in your practice where you can hear spirits, and when you're doing a ritual, you can hear them, you can see them, you can do a full-blown evocation and get some kind of visuals. Well, if you're not meditating, and you get to that point, you still stay roughly at that point. But there are kind of a staircase effect, where if you stop meditating, you go down to a certain level. Let's say that you meditate and you can see them with perfect clarity. You get the full Monty. You call up an angel and it's a brilliant being of light. And it's shining, and it's actually too bright, and you need to, ground immediately after your evocations because it's that intense. Hypothetically, you get to that point, and you stop meditating for a while. A couple days, couple weeks, maybe a month, maybe 2, maybe 3. Maybe it just kind of, time stops being relevant due to a certain lockdown event that occurs. And so you don't even remember when the last time you meditated is, and you go to meditate, and you have problems meditating. It's like you've never meditated before, or it's even more frustrating because it's like you've meditated before, but you can't get into that meditation flow. You gotta work back up. Meditation and focusing your attention is kind of like a muscle. It's kind of a mental muscle, though. It's not a physical one. You're going to be doing this, and you're going to be working this out because it's similar to what happens if you work out and then you stop working out. It's called muscular atrophy. If you're a bodybuilder and you stop working out, your muscles will eventually start to erode and decay, which is called atrophy, and you will be weaker over time. If you don't meditate after you've been meditating for a good period of time, your focus and ability to meditate will also atrophy over time. When I was doing a big operation, I used to, when I was doing my initiations, I used to meditate all the time, and then immediately after I got done with my initiations, I did another thing so I could get full Monty evocations. But then, after a certain point, I stopped doing that. And I got to the point where I could still visualize and I could still see all the spirits, but they weren't as clear. And over time, I went through, and now, I've gotten my meditation practice back. My meditation practice is back where it should be. I'm meditating daily, but for a period of time I wasn't. And that's a very weird thing, because it's also disempowering. Because you go from being able to call up spirits seemingly at random. You can call them up just by saying their name and doing a little gesture. And you can talk to them and they see clear as day. They don't quite look physical unless you're like in full meditative trance. But you see them and you get very quick results. We're talking Amazon 2-day shipping level of results, back when Amazon's 2-day shipping was actually 2-day shipping. But after you stop meditating, that time for 2 days starts to act a lot less like you're a Prime member, and it starts to act a lot closer to what normal shipping looks like, and that 2-day shipping starts to turn into 2-week shipping, and then 2-month shipping, and then it keeps going, and everything starts to fade. And that's really disempowering, because if you're used to getting instant results with your magic and your spiritual practice, and you're used to spiritual results being instant, we're talking 2 days minimum, or 2 days maximum, and you go through and you start trying to manifest small things, and you're not meditating, and that small thing that used to take you two days is now taking you a week plus, and it's taking a lot more effort, that's a problem. That starts to mess with you. It starts to mess with your head quite consistently. And that's the real reason we start meditating. It's to develop our skills. It's kind of like spiritual conditioning. You're meditating to improve your spiritual muscles. After you start meditating, you get the ability to start doing some spiritual heavy lifting, so to speak. And after you start spiritually heavy lifting, if you stop, you will eventually not be able to do that heavy lifting. Now, if you do continue to do your practices and you do meditate, and you can get back on the horse. Getting back on the horse is a pain in the ass, but you can do it. You can get back on the meditation track. I know I have. On more than one occasion that I'm not proud of. Gone through stints of not meditating. You can get back on the meditation bandwagon. And after you get back on the meditation bandwagon, that is when the interesting things start to happen. They don't happen if you don't put in the work. And the meditation is the work. And like I said at the beginning, it really is, if you want a effective spiritual practice where you can actually get results and you can actually see some wacky nonsense happen, you need to meditate. And I'm going to just say it. When I was starting my practice, I used to stare at a point at a wall for 10 minutes. And there was a moment, and occasionally the ceiling. You just stare at a point on the wall or the ceiling. I was laying down one day, and I was staring at a point at the ceiling, and I just thought to myself, this is possibly the stupidest thing I could be doing. And it was only in the moment when the meditations started to kick in to where I realized why I was doing it. So if you're having problems with meditation, it might be a focus problem. So I highly recommend, if you can't find the reason, or you can't find the motivation, or if you're like me, and you think to yourself, there are 1,000 other things I could be doing instead of meditation. Why would I do meditation? I can do X, Y, and Z. In my case, I can be making YouTube videos. I can be doing other things. I can be learning stuff that I should be reading books from, right? But the important thing is, you need to meditate, and if you're one of those people, take 30 minutes before you plan on meditating. Take 30 minutes. Turn off your computer. Turn off your phone. Turn off the TV if you're a boomer, I guess. Nobody watches TV. But turn off the streaming. Turn off the electronics for 30 minutes. And for that 30 minutes, don't listen to music. Don't do anything electronic. Just do what you normally would do, right? And if you would normally, maybe read a book or something. And after those 30 minutes, then go meditate. Because after those 30 minutes, you should be sufficiently bored to where meditation is a preferable option to being bored. I'm not joking. This isn't a bit here. Just do that. Because the problem is that if you think about it, in, 10 years ago, right, the internet had less distractions, and cell phones and computers were less of a distraction. They were, they existed in 2012, but they weren't nearly as popular as they are today. And they were, good content, as we call it now, was just kind of like developing, right? So the thing about it is 10 years ago it was a lot easier, but what you need to do is you need to unplug and you need to just meditate if you want your spiritual practice to actually pop off. Now, if you need an incentive, you can manifest new technology with your meditation practice. You can manifest insanely expensive computers. I've done it twice. And they're great computers, by the way. In case you're wondering, I will do a video on that. Actually, I'll probably do that. That might be next video. So, you can manifest new technology. If you want a new smartphone, you can manifest it using your magic and your spiritual practice. But you have to meditate first. You need to walk away from the technology and meditate in order to get the smartphone, or the new iPhone, or the $2,000 computer, or the $3,000 computer, or the massive gaming computer with the, 4060 Ti that I definitely want. I want that so bad. Anyways, you need to meditate. You need to meditate so you can get the things that we want. Because as spiritual practitioners, we need to be able to walk away from the mundane, and electronics are mundane, and we need to go into the realm of the spiritual. Meditation is you walking away from the mundane and going into the realm of the spiritual. Even me recording this video is technically me doing mundane things because I'm not actually meditating and and not actually doing spiritual things. But I'm giving it to you I'm giving it to you so you can learn and you can hear this wonderful meditation PSA. And I figure I might as well explain it. Because a lot of occultists say, you need to meditate every day. But we never actually tell you why, and we never actually tell you why you want to keep doing it instead of just getting to where you want to go, right? TLDR, you want to do it because it's spiritual. It is spiritual brushing your teeth and working out at the same time. You do it because if you don't, you're not going to get as good spiritual results. And if you do meditate daily, you're going to get better spiritual results. And spirits can do more stuff for you if you are meditating daily. All right? I hope you enjoyed this. Yeah. Take it easy. If you enjoyed my content, please subscribe. Patreon link in the description if you feel so inclined. Have a good rest of your day and have a good rest of your week. I hope you have a good week. All of you watching this video. Have a good week. Take care.